What's up YouTube? What's up YouTube? It's cralisa Victoria. I'm back with another video. If you guys are new to my channel, thanks for tuning in. If you've already been subscribed, well, thank you so much for choosing my channel to come back to. My nails look so ugly. Oh my goodness. I took my dip SNS off my nails and I've just been rocking my real nails. I've bit them this week. I think it's because I was a little stressed out, just a little bit. Okay, maybe a lot, but you know, it's okay because hair, skin, and nail vitamins back on them tomorrow, baby. So, yeah. But anyway, long story short, I just wanted to get on here really quickly. And I wanted to talk about, I've made so many videos today, it doesn't even make sense. I haven't even edited. But this video is just going to be about choosing a master's in law opposed to going to law school. I've done a video like this before, but since I'm in the mood right now to just be making my back-to-back videos so I can get you guys some content and to upload it, I decided to go ahead and make another video. So if you're new to the channel, thanks for tuning in. If you've already been subscribed, thanks for coming back. So masters in law, you guys are probably thinking, what? Some of you may not have even heard of that. Others may be, I don't know, coming out of college and you want to pursue law school. Others might be in high school thinking, I want to go lawyer, but I'm an entrepreneur, so what should I do? So let's just be clear. I never, ever went to college thinking that I was going to make X, Y, and Z dollars. And, some people believe like college, the hype that college brings forth. And some of them believe in the, oh, I'm going to go to college, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that, I'm going to ball out, I'm going to right? I never really felt that way about college. Like, I felt like I had the smarts to go. I had earned, scholarships to go. And I did. I've always felt like, when you have the opportunity to further educate yourself, especially when something comes easier to you. Like school, I've always enjoyed school. I've always enjoyed learning. And even to this day as an adult, I still love to learn. I think that you will never know everything in life, so that's what makes it exciting to learn. But I'm not going to get into it, but long story short, I just felt like college for me meant breaking cycles. It meant breaking stigmas in my life, in my family. It meant doing things and becoming more than it was ever said I would be. You know what I mean? So it was more about my story. It was more about breaking the chains. It was more about breaking the cycles, the stigmas, the things like that in my life and in my future children's life if I decide to ever have children. And I'm saying if I decide to, because y'all know, like when you don't have kids, one minute it'd be like, when I'm gonna have kids, and then the next day be like, you know what, I'm good being just, like a boy auntie forever, like I'm good. Then the next day be like, well, you know what, if I had a daughter, oh my goodness, if I had a son, oh my gosh. Y'all know how it is when you're single, like not married, or you don't have any kids. You know what it's like. You're just like, I don't want to meet society's norms. I don't care about society saying have a baby by 30. I don't care about, what's out there. What I care about is how am I going to feel if it happens. Because one minute it's like you're living your life. You're like, I got my own space. I don't really need nobody in my space. And then you be like, a baby. They're going to be hollering all day. When you used to jump out the car to go in the store and grab a water, now you got to turn the car off, take them out the car seat. You got to bring them in just to put them back in. Y'all know what I'm saying if y'all don't have no kids, okay? So that's why I'd be like, if I ever have kids. But anyway, no. I just wanted to break those cycles in my existing life and in my, children to come life. Like if I have children and they're like, they get older, first of all, if you live in my house, you need to finish high school. Anything after that, it's on you. But you're going to get that high school diploma. So I feel as though once you finish high school, you say, Mom, I want to go to college. Mama right here. Go ahead. If you say, Mom, I don't want to go to college, then you better have a follow-up, backup plan. Well, not even a backup plan. That's not even that's not even the right words. You better have a follow-up plan right away when you tell me you don't want to go to college. You need to be, oh, I don't want to go to college because I want to do real estate like you did. I don't want to go to college because I want to launch a sneaker brand. I don't want to go to college because I want to property invest. I want to tenants. I want to. You better have something, because I'm not going to just be here. I don't want to go to college just because I don't want to. You need to further yourself. You need to be a further asset. You need to, I don't care if you get a trade. Like, I'm not going to be like, well, you got to do this because I've accomplished X, Y, and Z. I don't want to be that type of mom. But my kid is not going to tell me after high school that they want to be like nothing. You better find something to do. I don't even care if you want to get a food truck and make peanut butter jelly sandwiches all day. You better come up with something. So basically, my college quest was about breaking cycles, but it was also about further educating myself, and then also showing myself that you can get those degrees that you wanted to get, and you can go in that industry that you wanted to be a part of. So, but anyway, I know that I wanted to get a JD MBA, which is a Juris Doctor for people who, become Esquire. They had to take the bar after law school and X, Y, and Z. I used to be in the courthouse. I used to literally intern in the courthouse, like in high school and in college. And then post-grad, bachelor's, I still got an internship. And then, because I graduated from college early. Like, I was in college for 2 years and got 4-year degrees and walked out with 2 degrees. So it was like I had no incoming credits or anything like that. I was just really motivated and disciplined. Like, I had written out my goals. I already knew before I even started college that I would finish in 2 years, because it was about goal setting. I had already set my goals, and my goals ended up saying you're going to graduate in 2 years, and that's exactly what happened. So I graduated from college really early. If I did go on to law school, I would be a lawyer by like 22, 23 if I was to go to law school right after college. Because I had just turned 20, and then months after I graduated. So long story short, law school tests became harder and harder for me. I just wasn't scoring what I needed to score to get in. And I remember feeling like, dang, like I'm having sessions with the professor trying to figure out strategies on how to master that test. I'm just not getting it. I'm not doing it. I was so stressed. I was so many things that was already going in my life. I'm transitioning, I'm in young love. Like, how like you think you in love and all that. So I'm going through that. I'm going through trying to be a youngin' who's graduating from school. I'm going through getting job interviews and being told that you didn't get the job for entry level because we went with somebody who had 20 years of experience, but it was labeled entry level. I was going through so many different phases and transitions and things at one point in my life. When I was not passing this test, it was stressful. And in a whole set of years, when I kept on studying for that test, I kept having death after death. I would be finding out bad news almost like so many. I remember I found out bad news about death like the night before my test, and I just cried all day. So I felt like there was a period of time where I literally just kept on, I'm not crying now, y'all, it was something in my eye, but there was a period of time where I just literally kept feeling like, dang, back to back to back to back to back, I have all these problems. And then I remember thinking to myself, I was like, y'all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just reverse the roles. I'm going to get my MBA, because at that point I was already working. I worked throughout college. I had 4 jobs. And I was maintaining scholarships. I was on Dean's List every semester. Like, your girl wasn't playing. And on top of that, I was in parties too. So, yeah, I lived a balanced life, but I made sure them priorities was handled. Them papers were turned in. I was on top of it. So I remember deciding, okay, well, I'm going to go after an MBA after college. And I went after my MBA, got into the program, finished the program. And I remember thinking, whoever said I can't flip an MBA and a JD program? Because some people do it as dual and they get both. But I'm like, since I can't master the score right now, I'm going to just do the MBA. And I'm glad that throughout those years, when I just kept on thinking, like, I can't get this test down, I'm super glad that it turned out the way that it turned out, because sitting here today, yes, I wanted to be a lawyer growing up, but I'm fine with a master's in law. I don't want to get my law degree right now. Like, maybe things can change in some years. I'm still in my 20s, but I don't want to get my law degree right now, because it's like that's 3, 4 more years that you have to sit and learn to become this lawyer, when that's 3 to 4 years in entrepreneurship that could have grown your businesses exponentially, and you could literally be $1 million, $1 billion industry. So I'm grateful. And I thought, well, maybe I'll do the MA in law since there's less rigor, and I'll see how I like this program. And if I feel like I can do it, I'll go to law school. And if I feel like I don't want to go to law school because this was enough, then I'll stop there. So as I've been in this program, and before this program, I made the decision to just go ahead. I had already been accepted into this program like a year ago, and maybe a year and a half. And I was supposed to dual degree it. And I decided I was having trouble with my MBA program. I'm like, if y'all are giving me a headache in the MBA program, what makes you think I'm going to do my master's in law with y'all? Long story short, I graduated with the MBA, and then my master's in law is in the same school. So all that junk I was talking, I ended up right back in the same school. But I just went harder, and I said, it's a good school for, the courses, but I just had to go a little bit harder. And right now it's paying off because I've passed all my classes and things like that. And even being in this program, because there are some colleagues who, when they leave this program, they're going into their master's, they're going into their JD program to become a lawyer. That's not the path I want to take. I like the fact that I will have the background in business. In business and in law, but I like the fact that I'm more entrepreneurial based. I like literally business. I like that part, being behind the scenes, but making the dream. You know what I mean? As a lawyer, I used to fear getting fired. There were so many anxiety attacks that I felt like I would feel, because I've told you guys this before in multiple videos. I've struggled with bad menstrual cycles like since I was 14. Every single month I would throw up, all the way up until about a year ago, when I finally, figured out how to cure myself. And I used to be afraid that I would get fired from good jobs because I would have to miss so many days because I would throw up all the time. And I know even in school it was difficult because professors are like, why are we missing 1 to 2 days every month? And I had to literally call back my home state, wait for over a month for them to pull records of archives of my history of being very sick, dealing with menstrual cycles throughout the years. So that was make or break for a lot of my classes. It's like, get the paperwork from your doctor, or I drop you a letter grade if I don't have it. So I had to pull those records, submit them to professors, but I used to have to miss days because I couldn't sit up and listen to you because I was busy throwing up all day. So I used to really be scared that I would get hired. Then it got to a point where I had to be bold and know that I could lose my job. But I told them, I'm like, I know this is not the typical conversation you have with the boss, but I'm a hard worker, and I know that I'm going to give your job everything I need to give it. But I have really bad menstrual cycles that sometimes will cause me to miss 1 day to 2 days of work, which I don't mind making up the time, but it's just, it could happen. And I'm thankful for the companies that took a gamble on me, because I ended up, furthering their business. But I just had to put it out there because I didn't want to feel like I was manipulating people and not letting them know, hey, I'm going to be a good worker, but I might have to miss a day or two each month. And I would tell them I don't mind pulling medical records, or whatever. Like, I don't mind getting a note from the doctor to explain that this is a real thing for me, that I truly get sick every month. So, that was another fear. But I started to overcome it by talking to those professors. So when it comes down to the JD MBA, and then it comes down to when it comes down to the MA in Law MBA, here's what I have to say. And these are going to be my concluding words so I can end the video. If you feel as though you want to solely be a lawyer, and if you feel as though you can pass that LSAT, and you have passed that LSAT, and you do have 3 to 4 years or 2 to 4 years to be able to dedicate to being a full-time law student, then go to law school. However, if you feel as though, I just want a background in law, I literally don't have to be a practicing lawyer, I already run multiple businesses, or I just want to have my hands dabbled in entrepreneurship, or there's a specific position that I want to work that requires me to have background in law, then I would say go with the Master in Law. The Master's in Law, because my concentration is legal studies. The Master's in Law basically will allow you to do a good amount of things in the law industry. Mediation being one of them, being a consultant. There's so many different things you can do with it. Also, being able to go through the programs, you're learning different approaches to law. Like, some people look at college and they're like, well, why would I go to college when I can just learn stuff without? Sometimes the curriculum and the time that those colleges take to create that program and those different lessons and different briefings and discussion boards and things like that are strategically made for someone who wants to pursue a career, because they hit the points in which you will need to be successful in that industry. Opposed to if you say, well, I'm just going to teach myself some stuff. You might teach yourself everything on one side of law and that be nothing to do with what you're actually trying to do. So I would say master's in law, less rigorous. You don't have to take the bar. You don't have to. You do not become esquire. You simply will be a recipient of a master's of arts in law with whatever concentration, and you will have the ability to migrate through. So if you guys like this video and you want to hear more of these videos, just let me know. But I would definitely say do your research on a master's in law program, and also do your research on a Juris Doctorate, like getting your Juris Doctorate, so for law programs. And yeah, these things, especially law school, very rigorous, very strategic, deadlines, and you got to do things a certain way in order to be able to thrive. So figure out what you need to do, figure out what your life, the direction it's supposed to be, what's your passions, what's your purpose, and then go from there. But like I said, will I become a lawyer in this life? I'm not going to say that I won't, but at this moment, I'm okay with reaching a master's in law. And like I said, once I'm done with a master's in law, don't see myself being in school anymore. I thought about a PhD at one point, but it's no point. And my storage is filling up, but no, PhD doesn't suit my life right now. The time that you have to dedicate, the dissertations and things that you have to do in a PhD program, it doesn't fit my life right now. The only thing that it will do for me right now is give me the title of a doctor, by having my doctorate degree. But I'm not going to invest that time and that energy into a program like that when being at the MBA, MA in law, and being a realtor, those things suit my life. Yeah, it suits my life. Those things, it suit my life exactly the way it needs to be. So that's that. I'm going to go ahead and end the video. I'll see y'all in the next one. I think I'm done filming tonight. Let me go make my food, watch a show, and I'll see you beautiful people in the next video. Thanks for rocking with me. Smash the subscribe button, and remember, 500 follower giveaway, luxury giveaway. So be subscribed, comment in the comment section below, and let's get it popping.
It's only 11 something.